It's just like, bro, why would you do that, man? You know what? I hope you get tortured terribly. What's good, y'all, man? It's your boy Cozy Joe, and today we are back with another reaction video, y'all. This one's gonna be slightly different in the form of how I'm recording it. It's a stream. Y'all watching a whole stream of me reacting to Vita Carnis, as y'all can tell in the background, y'all. For the longest, I've been trying to avoid this just for the simple fact that it's 32 minutes. It's very stupid because most of my videos are that long. That's probably why I be getting skipped out a lot. But I finally gave in. Vita Carnis, this is gonna be a very lengthy video, right? A lot of commentary, there's gonna be a lot of pauses, and there's gonna be a lot of lore behind this. So while y'all watching this video, man, make sure y'all go ahead and grab your popcorn, gummy bears, sodas, icy maker if you even have one. Grab your old lady, your old dude, whoever, bro. So without further ado, y'all, make sure y'all like and subscribe and enjoy the show.
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years.
Alright.
Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt
See,
and evolve to flourish in all types of
I heard that like Vita Carnis is like a 5 out of 10 of like survival rate.
Life can be found.
Me personally, bro, I just won't be around. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say.
Very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and
Yeah,
completely changing the balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself. That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life.
Okay.
First, what are these new life forms? Explosive arrival across the globe in 1931. There has been much debate on what these newcomers are and where they came from.
Okay, it's already not down to good enough.
Extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth? Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity?
Shoot, we already got that on this planet.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We already got that.
Solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how.
Probably don't came from meat, government made.
Their home.
They government made for sure.
These creatures are as mysterious and still not well known today. But here is what we do know.
Alright.
These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of
so they are red-looking creatures, basically.
As Vita Carnis. The Carnis species consume decaying, organic matter, but their main diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives.
Okay.
The Carnis only appear in places where...
Bro, I swear, man, every time when I watch little videos of this, I feel like I'm stuck in school. Like, that's what it feels like. You know what I'm saying? You ever just kind of just sit back inside the classroom and then they turn off the light, or the teacher turn off the lights, and then they just pop up some type of random video, right? Some type of random video that came out back in the 80s or 70s. Those be W days. I can't lie, boy. The lights be turned off, the temperature in the room is set so nicely, you fall asleep because you know you're not gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? You know you're not gonna stay up and watch it. The video be like 30 something minutes long. This teacher be thinking that like they can get 100% of the video out the way in that one period.
There is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species. The crawl.
The crawl.
The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark.
That look like a nerve. That does not look like an intestine.
Similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi. A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches.
Okay.
And each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used to transport nutrients absorbed from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. Okay. The source of these materials is main.
So it's like, how can you get away from it? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of that. There's a lot of bacteria. That's a lot of shrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of mushrooms. So like, how can you honestly just get away from that, honestly? Because really, you can find any weird looking thing that's probably red or pink. Don't even know what it is. So if you just stumble across it, you pretty much messed up. So I feel like with the whole, from what it sounds like with the whole Vita Carnis thing, right? You got like a 50-50 chance. You got a 50% chance of actually surviving it. Then you got the other 50 of just dying. You know what I'm saying? Main thing is you'll be straight as long as you don't come across it. That's what I feel like with this whole Vita Carnis thing is. You'll be okay as long as you don't get in his way. That's a bar. Ugh. Okay.
Dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means.
Alright.
Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis.
These niggas can use photosynthesis?
Is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth.
Wait a minute, so this whole time I'm thinking that Vita Carnis is like, it's like just some type of living creature. These things are plants, y'all. These things are plants. You can't get away from that. What happens if you run into like a leaf or something with red stems and red leaves? You thinking that it's something pretty. The whole time that thing is there to kill you. That's actually creepy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, how can you escape that? I mean, you can, but you know what I'm saying?
Its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments,
See?
easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere. Its recent inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major changes in nature's balance.
Alright.
One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead.
Okay.
The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on
so it's a good thing for animals.
Thriving on increased plant population.
That's what it is.
Feeding on both the abundant prey and are able to eat the crawl as well.
Alright.
The presence of all these animals leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again.
So for what it sounded like, this version, because I think there's like different type of strands of the Vita Carnis from what I know, right? Just from what I know. This one is, I guess it's good, right? Because it said that with that type of strand or whatever it is, it basically improves the ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps with grass and whatnot, or with deers. But let's say this though, right? Let's say this. It helps them out temporarily, but later on they turn into those type of creatures. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a reverse zombie type of thing. If you can get what I mean.
This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive. Humanity also uses the crawl to our advantage.
Yeah, for weed.
Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness in nutrients, it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms.
What?
The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases.
So we just gonna ignore that just happened, right? Like, hold up, wait a minute. Why did it get disturbed for a second? You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit distorted. You know, humans are using that for reefers, bro. Like they using that for that Reggie, the most cursed, unforgiving, disputed Reggie. I'm just coming up with words at this point.
And quality. The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans.
Okay.
And reliably so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
Okay. Yeah, they had to definitely use it like as
weed.
weed.
The next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl populated
doo-doo?
A node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal.
Okay.
This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing.
So that's the most dangerous species, has to be.
The trimmings. Trimmings are small animals that resemble skinned raccoons. They are commonly known to have a...
Said, bro said, he said that these are the small animals that resemble skinned raccoons. Now I want y'all to tell me, man. I want y'all to tell me what raccoon that you see out here look like that. How was that a skinned raccoon? No way. That's not no skin. I can see maybe an armadillo if we have like a very deformed armadillo, but that is not no raccoon.
Plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs.
So is it smiling? That thing look like it's smiling.
Each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics.
I don't know about that
One
last
thing they
one.
all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length. No
So
larger than
imagine,
a basketball.
it get muscles. That thing's
Its
gonna be
life starts
extremely
with
strong.
separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat.
Okay.
including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds,
Insects and dead
deceased
animals. So it's like maggots.
Although its appearance is unsightly, it is a cowardly creature, only fleeing, screeching.
You wanna know what it kind of looked like, y'all? You wanna know what that kind of looked like? That baby off of Resident Evil 8.
Let's go.
Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what it is. That's what it. Capcom was onto something. Capcom was definitely onto something. Way before, like Capcom already knew about Vita Carnis. But still though, regardless, I don't care how innocent it is. I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I don't care if it eats plants and dead animals. It's dying. You're dying, buddy. Simple as that. I promise you, there's gonna be some type of weirdo nature boy out there that's gonna be like, oh yeah, man, look at this. This is a Vita Carnis in the very first larva stage. It's totally unharmful towards humans, so it'll be all right. Next thing you know, the Vita Carnis, he gonna get hungry. He gonna look like the human as some chicken or something. That's how things like this happen, bro. There's always nature boys, nature girls out here. They find crazy little creatures out in the wild, things that's not really supposed to be domesticated by humans, and they die. I ain't talking about the creatures. I'm talking about the humans. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like bringing a monkey. Don't say nothing funny though. But it's kind of like bringing a monkey inside of your house. You think that the monkey gonna be chill. Next thing you know, he rips your face off for no reason. I feel like that's just what's gonna happen with Vita Carnis. I might just be yapping, but that's what I feel like was gonna happen.
Hiding when threatened. Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators.
Alright.
Naturally, its population would eventually die out. This is not the case. The crawl constantly produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers. Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl.
Everywhere, alright.
Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years.
Okay, so, but how big can they get?
Plentiful. Humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society.
Okay,
Their overabundance
okay.
has even considered them pests, due to them digging through trash bins and
I mean, shoot, bruh. People, they be considering raccoons and possums as pests, and they still find a way to domesticate it. So trimmings won't be far from that. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But why they call it trimmings? That's weird.
making excessive noise at night. Besides all of this, some people still
What did I tell you?
and relatively domesticate them.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? What did I say? What did I say? I said that I knew it. I knew it. I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna happen, y'all. You know what I'm saying? You watch movies. If you see it off movies, you know what's gonna happen. I told you somebody is gonna domesticate that ugly bastard. Like, look at that. It's smiling back at you. It's smiling at you. You gonna let that red piece of slop live in your house? Like, bro, what's up with you? I'm telling you, something's gonna happen. Watch, them trimmings is gonna die, and then whatever is left over back from it, bro, it's gonna come back as a Vita Carnis, or it might leave some type of I don't know, some type of germ in the air, because remember they also said that Vita Carnis can be bacteria. So it's gonna leave some type of bacteria in the air, and it's gonna infect whatever human. So whatever human that bacteria lands on, the human's gonna turn into that Vita Carnis, and it's basically gonna be like some zombied up steroid. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. I already predicted one with this. Let's see what's gonna happen next.
Nuisance
What
or
did
not,
I say?
Trimmings are a wondrous creature, From their plentiful numbers,
Yeah,
and their
right.
skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold.
Huh. Yeah,
The
yeah,
next
right.
species on our list is the meat snake.
The world? Huh?
The
Penis?
meat snake. The meat
Vita
snake is
Carnis.
a worm-like creature made of a variety of types of meat, coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane.
Okay.
Its size varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes.
Well, like a
When it
worm
first
to a
separates
worm
from the ball,
size.
it is only a few centimeters in length.
How big
Eventually,
can it get
will
though?
reach an average length of
Damn.
5 meters.
16
Though,
feet.
under extreme conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this length.
Huh?
The meat
So that thing basically strives in chaos. Let's see his diet. Let's see his
snake's
diet.
diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism.
Okay, I mean that's
The
what's
meat
up.
snake allocates its food by
That's
using
what's
a
up.
tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby.
I just want to know, like,
This
whoever
process
made these
shares
type of
many
analog
similarities to
horrors,
regular
bro.
snakes.
Hold on, let me pause it real quick. I know I be pausing a lot, but whoever be making these analog horrors, man, they so in detail, like especially with this, cause this is a 32-minute video, right? We probably like already, let me see, 18 minutes in, but this is a 32-minute video. Look at the detail. I mean, bro, they got it written all the way down to the teeth. Like nothing scary just happening. It's just the detail and the whole lore behind it. It's amazing. Like, look, even got the whole anatomy of the thing, bro.
Hence the meat snake's name. Once it locates the corpse,
Okay.
the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole.
Nigga, you're not gonna chew?
Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin, and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue.
Bro, that's so crazy though. Like, there's really animals out here that eat the bone
The
too.
remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract.
You see?
And slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake. Unsatisfactory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair, and fingernails will be excreted.
Okay. Okay, I was about to say.
Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull, each corresponding to what that one has consumed.
These niggas be having accessories, y'all.
It will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years.
That's
The meat
actually,
snake has no
wow.
predators and is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating.
Yeah, straight up burn it.
Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce.
Mm.
When a meat snake reaches
Nope.
an excessive size, and is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis.
Ew.
Itself in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live.
So they have sex with themselves? They be flicking their own beans? Dang, man. So basically you tell me that the trimmings, right? Bro, the trimmings can't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can't do nothing. I mean, I'm pretty sure they don't even think about it, but bro, I'll be devastated. You tell me I cannot get some, you know what I'm saying? You tell me I cannot get no stroking around here? I can't stroke nothing? I can't hump? I can't hunch?
on as two
I got it
distinct
hunch.
organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot,
Okay.
not too cold.
So it's pretty chill.
Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available.
But see, man,
Where there is
just
death,
listen.
there are meat snakes.
We're just deaf. That's a lot of war.
We'll use them to our advantage.
Listen, man.
Snakes are a very
I'm gonna tell you
efficient and clean way
what's
of
going on
disposing
right
of
now.
animal products.
Everything's
The
chill
preserving fluid within the meat
until
snake's body
something
disinfects
bad is
the
going to
air,
happen, because
preventing
everything is
spread of
sounding way
disease.
too unthreatening right now.
Humans use meat snakes
But it's
and
very
butcher shops
fishy.
as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals. They are
Shoot, that's one
extremely
way.
tame, not caring if any creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal. This means they are very easy to tame.
I want to tame that.
Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself. It is an amazing
Bump
experience
that.
to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell.
Nah.
Our next creature is the mimic.
Nah, that's the one.
The mimic. The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and the most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile.
I was about to say, well, penis, like they got a very long penis. That's what I was about to say. That's what I thought. But apparently no, just a very scary smile.
Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped.
Okay. What's their diet?
The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans.
I don't care about none of that.
Comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole.
Okay.
A mature mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
See? The music just got quiet. What's going on?
Because of this, they are found solely around human populated areas.
See?
The mimic's life cycle is
Wait a minute, hold up. We're gonna have to go back a little bit. Why is South Carolina up in the red, bro? We don't got too many people here. We got like 15 people that live in this state. Go to Georgia at least, or Florida. Go to Florida, or California. Why? California got a lot of people. Or Texas. But why right here is the most red part? You know what I'm saying? I can understand everywhere else, but why this? South Carolina don't got much. Go somewhere else, man.
Around human populated areas. The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages.
Okay.
In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl.
It looked like a trimming.
Resemble their trimming relatives,
yeah,
but are thin, sleek, and only have 4 appendages.
That look like me, man. I can't lie.
Will hunt small animals.
I'm skinny just like that.
Larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning. Its hunting style changes and becomes much more complicated. It now stalks and feeds only on humans.
So are you telling me that that's his teenage stage, the second stage, the only part that we mostly been talking about? That's the second stage? And with him only just eating humans, that's quite frightening. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's quite frightening. What is it gonna look like on his third stage? That's pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It will locate human populated area and begin its search for an easy target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself.
Like what? It put on clothes? Wow.
Furniture.
I said it to y'all. I said like what? It put on clothes, and he just said it. You tell me that these all red things putting on clothes? I feel like as a human being, right? Because as a human being, it should be easy to notice anything that's uncanny or anything that don't look like a human. I guess that's what uncanny means, right? It should be easy, but there's no way. There's no way. If you see something that's red and shiny, I'm not talking about a angry racist white person. I'm talking about something that's fully red and shiny. If you see something that's red and shiny, 9 feet tall, abnormally skinny with like its spine sticking out, you can't be that obnoxious. Turn around. Start yelling, start screaming, waving your hands, do something, man. Cause there's no way that you're gonna get killed by that. There's no way.
Once a target has been found,
the
mimic will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most vulnerable. This is typically when the human
Never mind. Wow.
Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption. Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal. Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves. Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target.
What's going on? Oh, finally, we got something spooky. Let's turn it up. Okay, so this is just the second stage of the Vita Carnis, man. But now you got jacking at the door. Oh snap. Okay. All right. I ain't gonna lie, I'm low-key scared. Can't cap to you, my boy. Good thing I got my lamp on, so it's not as scary. My thing is, why are you staying too close to the door, though? Back up. Fight back. Do something. Grab a lamp. Like, I don't see what's the point of you sitting right next to the door thinking that nothing's gonna happen. You gotta be the most dumbest person in horror fiction. If I was in that situation, I'm bringing a weapon. That's some long fingers. And this is stupid, man. This is stupid. See? Look at the poor quality in that costume, y'all. Look at the poor quality in that costume, bro. Like that's so what is called DIY. That's such a DIY costume. But listen, besides all that, right? I know I've been yapping a lot. That is like the most dumbest person. Why would you wait right next to the door? You know what I'm saying? You waiting, you looking right at the crack. You see them big long fingers. Them big old long fingers come across the door, about to open it up, and you looking at it. Not doing nothing. You're not reacting in any type of way. You have enough time to get out of your shocked state to fight back, to at least do something. You know what I mean? Seeing situations like this, it doesn't really build up suspense or scare me. It's just like, bro, why would you do that, man? You know what? I hope you get tortured terribly. Oh! Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I can't lie. I talked too soon.
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has
Talked way too soon.
morphs it may develop into. If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features. It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being.
That's actually terrible.
Now can blend entirely into civilization and lure other humans more effectively.
Okay, that's actually.
The second type of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length, and its humanoid features will fade away.
Okay.
It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes.
Oh, okay, that's actually terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you.
The face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin. The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened.
So okay, so basically at first with the meat snake and the trimmings, I'm just thinking, okay, maybe you'll be able to survive. At least just don't come across it, right? Just leave it alone. No, with these types, they're looking for you. Like they want you. They're looking for you. You're done. Do you realize that you're done? There's nothing you can do in that situation, especially with this. You probably can't even fight them off. You're just wraps. Simple as that.
An elder mimic, one of the most efficient predators on the planet. Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. All right, I spoke too soon.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics.
Okay.
Or there have been mimic sightings. 2.
Okay.
If you
Common
encounter a
sense.
stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities.
Nah, hold up, now. Y'all were just talking about how this mimic got some enhanced advanced features. Imagine you turn around, let's say you in the woods, right? They're in the woods, Rick. I'm sorry, I just had to say that. But just imagine you in the woods, right? They're in the woods, Rick. You see a mimic, keep minding his business, he might be taking a pee. You turn around, Snap, crackle, pop. But boss man, I just listened to the rules. Yeah, y'all just said turn around, right? Quietly. How can I turn around quietly when there's everything on the floor that's loud? They're in the woods, Rick. Even if I tiptoe, even if I float, the slightest little breeze, the slightest little graze is going to alert the mimic what I'm gonna do. I can't outrun them. You know what I'm saying? They're in the woods, Rick.
3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route.
Okay.
4.
Rarely.
In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack. Make as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm turning into Doodle Bob. I'm telling you, I am turning into Doodle Bob. The mimic gonna be looking at me confused. He might be frightened. Is it stupid or something? Why he making that noise? I'm backing up. I'm not hungry no more. I'm telling you, bro.
If you have a weapon, do not use it.
Okay.
The mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time. Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6.
Yeah, right. Listen, I know I keep pausing, but yeah, right, pal. Yeah, right. You thinking that a mimic skin, I don't care if it's a thick layer of skin, a 40 is going to knock it down. Ain't a 40 one of those big cowboy guns. I'm gonna tell you this right now. One of them Billy Westerns. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, dude. You getting popped. Simple as that. I'm shooting you in your eye. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's it. Like, I don't care. I'm shooting.
In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture.
Okay.
The mimic will not linger too long to search for prey and will move on.
That's what's
Be
up.
safe
Okay.
and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs. Next up, the harvester. The
Okay.
harvester.
That actually sounds pretty terrible.
The harvester is a large, bulbous mass.
What does it do?
Large amount of tendrils spreading from the base. Bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter.
Alright.
Tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally.
That's long. Pause.
The harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is
Deadly?
created when a node that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own. It uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its reach further. Its tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground.
What do you mean deadly though?
The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the closest to the surface.
So
These branches are lined
just
on each
don't
length of the
step on
tendril
it,
with spines,
basically.
extending in the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom. On one side,
my thing is, man, I want to know what type of drug was the creator on, making the whole Vita Carnis thing, bruh. Like, what just made him just think, yeah, I'm about to create something that maybe you can survive, but maybe you can't survive in the most detailed of details. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to know, cause this is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I usually don't watch stuff like this because I consider it boring, but I'm actually invested. That's the crazy part. I'm not even like that for real.
spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into, causing sudden paralysis. The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting.
Oof.
Whenever a large
Both
animal
are terrible.
moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with those venoms,
yank him down?
will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss. Once the prey has bled out, the second type
Okay.
of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped once. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl,
Dang.
with organelle that absorbs nutrients.
I heard never mind what I said before.
These tendrils sense the blood and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid.
Okay, so
Once the blood has been
you're showing when they
the tendrils
lose
will
blood.
wrap around the body and begin to
What
shoot
about
downward.
the one where they
This
paralyzed?
movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground. Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment
poop it back
absorbed
out?
by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester. This bulb houses all the vital organs and the venom glands that pump into the spine.
And bro, what's so crazy, man? Like, it's so big. Pause. Like, it's so long. Pause again. You don't know where is, you know what I'm saying, the little tendril things, right? You don't know where that is. So imagine you just out with your family. You know what I'm saying? You out with your family, a camp day, camp night. The big old ball sack way over there. It's like 13 meters away, right? So
Don't be a judger, bro. Don't be a judger.
you just walking in the woods willy-nilly. Next thing you know, clank, you got your leg chopped in half. Not even chopped in half, you just got your leg bitten into by this big old ball sack that's 13 meters away. Next thing you know, you're dead. Basically, there's nothing that they can do. Your family crying, ah, ah. They running, you know what I'm saying? They just running around. Next thing you know, your wife gets clamped, your 2 kids get clamped, and the dog, for whatever reasons, for whatever reason, I said that's so goofy, gets clamped. Like that sucks, bro. You would really have to bring out like a little metal detector. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know.
The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals.
Ah,
A strange behavior the harvester displays as its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected. The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens.
I'm about to say, like, how in the
It
world
could
it's
be
gonna
that
catch a
attacking
bird?
Smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making it not worth the time. Another could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive and lure more predators. It truly is astonishing. Although it is a spectacular creature,
No, it's not.
also very dangerous.
Okay,
The
yeah.
harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern hemisphere and woodland forests.
America is cooked. Like, dude, we are really cooked enough. But geez, hey y'all wanna move to Texas? Texas look pretty straight. I heard that they mortgage over there is pretty straight too. It's cheap housing, but we good. The weather might be terrible in certain seasons, but we good.
If you are stung by a harvester, there will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive. The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place.
That's
If you
true.
are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around. If you also notice an abundance of lush,
But you still kind of
growing
don't
plants
know
in a
though. That's the
forested area,
thing.
and there are no signs of wildlife, this is suspicious and you should leave the area. Staying close.
Cause listen, man. Let's just say, right? You walking and yeah, you got the harvest good plants, right? You got the harvest good plants, but then you got another area that's really good plants as well as the harvest. You're not gonna really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the Garden of Eden on both sides, but you don't know which one is dangerous. So it's still dangerous. You know what I'm saying?
To the base of large trees or rocks. If you find yourself in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft,
Bro, what happens if you trip though? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens if you trip? You're cooked. You're done.
like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw inject when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away, just to be safe. Continue until you are completely sure you are out of harm's way.
Okay.
You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal.
I don't know, man. I feel like that whole bunch of people would be a harvester's next. What is that?
The host of influence. The host of influence, more commonly referred to as.
Yeah, but that looks smart. That thing looks smart. The host and influence?
The host has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused.
The world? Hold up. These inviting people to events? What did I just say, man? What did I just say?
A harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other characteristics.
I just want to see how it's going to invite people to events.
Comprised of a massive fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the
host in place. I want to know his diet.
Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins.
Alright.
In some parts of the body are covered in a meaty plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement.
So does it crawl?
Smooth surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body by being fired into the air.
Alright, so
wait,
hold up.
These are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs. Luckily, the host is rare.
Alright.
Found in North America.
Why is it always in America? Like I said, we're cooked. We already cooked enough. Why do we need this? We already got enough going on. We don't need these.
The host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one.
I'm saying, like, we're screwed.
The sores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled.
So Last of Us.
Release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism
Last of Us. And I'm not going to get too PC with it, right? But I'm not going to say it. I don't know if I should say it on here. But, you know, that virus will be coughing a lot. That's what it sounds like.
The spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them. An infected organism will show no symptoms of infection right away. But a couple hours after infection, the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination.
So a dope head.
Serious symptoms appear over time.
Crackhead, right?
These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech.
Maybe not that one. Maybe not that one.
Or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total of 6 to 7 hours after
why'd it get so dim?
The organism will cease all activities.
So we already got those. We already got these.
The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual. If the infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs.
Alright.
The host will consume them and discard the leftover scraps. However, if in a
okay, so I can see why it's called a host of influence. That's crazy. So you tell me that it can release these little Last of Us spores, and it will basically, I guess, turn you to like a zombie, pretty much. Lure you into them, and boom, the host eats you. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Vampire, yeah, something like a vampire. You know what I'm saying? Like when a vampire does a little eye trick thing, it just lures them in.
organism organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal.
Okay, 36 hours.
If
How
the
long
host
is
is
that?
unable
That's
to
3
find
days, right?
prey or
It's
doesn't
3
like
days.
its current
Is it?
location, it will unroot itself and
Hold it. Is 36 hours 3 days?
Nope.
I'm stupid. It's 2 days. My bad, y'all.
Man, you stupid.
move to a new location. Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the
So
host
it's
very
looking
daunting.
like that they just
All
stay
you
in
need to
Canada
confirm
or
is
something.
that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs.
It's around snowy areas, so it got to be up north.
Next,
Down south, we straight.
The monoliths. The monoliths. The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972, in the area of...
Okay.
There are only 7 monoliths.
That was
all
loud.
of them located in a circular position.
Marshmallows?
1.5
Yes.
kilometers in diameter. This ring of monoliths surrounds...
Okay, for what reason? Chill
The
out.
monolith is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height. Each monolith has 2...
What's 120 meters? I'ma assume that that's 50 feet. Maybe 50 feet. I'ma assume. I don't know. No, I don't know. Looking at that, that's not 50 feet. What's the Titan from Attack on Titan? The one that got his meat showing. Pause, that came out wrong. The Titan? What? Yeah, it's definitely more than that. Titanic? Colossal Titan. That's what it is. That's what it is. So it might be as big as that from what it's looking like.
2 trunk legs that
So
are...
where Aaron Yeager at when you need him?
The legs connect to a torso. The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck,
Okay.
fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the
They all got their
monolith
junk hanging. I'm saying.
dozens of long,
Just got their meat
like
swanging out.
These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally.
Okay, so listen, right? The man, he talking so much about the anatomy, right? That's cool. That's cool. It's big, it's creepy, pause. What's the diet? You know what I'm saying? I want to know what's the diet. Does it eat humans? It gotta eat humans. I mean, look how big it is. Or do they just eat, I don't know, oxygen or something? We gonna find out.
Decent distance away. What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing.
Oh,
The only
word.
activity documented that the monoliths have done was in... During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When
Okay.
the group of
See, there.
were making their way to the city, the monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out. When military vehicles
Okay,
were
so-
dispatched, once they got close enough top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity.
So
Finally,
They don't
long-distance
eat, they just
rockets
attack.
were fired and struck the creature.
Oh, ooh, we got some found footage, y'all. What's that? That's creepy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be terrified. I can't even lie.
Although
Real quick question, right? What would y'all do in that situation, right? Let's say you came across a very aggressive monolith. What would you do in that situation?
damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed.
You say you a woman,
Eventually,
yeah, so you ain't gonna do nothing,
fenced off and is now
especially in the military. So you be straight.
Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of all
Wait.
history, only adding more questions to these meat beings. And finally, the last creature on this list is...
What? Hold up. What?
Singularity is an orb comprised of a dark-colored mineral with hints of luminous colors within its core.
Okay.
The singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter. The orb has several unique qualities that are
Hey, y'all kind of hear that beat in the back though?
The singularity typically can be found
I'm gonna kind of going hard.
by an unseen force. There are also a variety of
Bro, whoever like Like we all said, so much detail that they put into this. The amount of like this nigga really even made a newspaper article about it, bro, over some black meat moon. Like that's wild, bro. That's I'm about to subscribe to him. I can't lie to you, man. At first I was hating on it, but now I actually like it.
Reading that have been documented coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals.
It had to take a long time to edit this. It had to.
The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by...
I'm about to say, like, when was bro about to stop talking? Because he been talking for a little brick. All right, Roy G. Biv.
Marvelous and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear all around us. Thank you for joining.
All right, so you know, keep playing, right? Like seeing stuff out here like this, you know, and seeing how, you know, like not seeing but knowing how big the world is. Like it's like we don't know what's underwater. We don't know what's under us. We don't even know what's in most of these caves. There really could be crazy stuff out here like this, bro. Like people are already talking about finding ancient civilizations, advanced, that's what I meant to say, advanced civilizations, different types of creatures. I even seen this one video of some type of kid. They found like a creature from a different dimension based off of Stranger Things. I think Stranger Things was based off it. Some type of weird pig creature found on the beach. It was dead though, thankfully, but it came from a different dimension. So it's like, bro, you just don't know. The world is so big. The world is so big. It's so much good and it's so much evil into it. Like it's so big. Pause. That's very pause. Find some dragons. Not gonna lie. I honestly do think that there's dragons. I really do think that there's dragons, because if you go way back, and in the Bible it had dragons, right? In the Bible too. Please tell me that they mentioned dragons. But if you go way back, you know, look at hear about different little stories from back in the medieval times, you will hear about them talking about dragons in great detail with the anatomy, what they do, how they eat, etc, etc, etc. You say, yeah, oh, see, and the Bible be truth. You know what I'm saying? The Bible be truth. So there's definitely dragons, and I still do think till this day that there's dragons. They might just be hidden, they might just be chilling, they might fly every once in a while, but if there's actually dragons, you know, they're definitely not flying willy-nilly. You know, they're definitely under some type of elite control. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting real conspiracy theorists around here. I don't want to get my page shot down, but there's definitely dragons, man. Because it's like, it's just no way that they gonna come up with so much detail on that animal. Like you got to be on some type of crazy medieval meth to come up with a dragon. I don't even think even if you were on medieval meth, I don't think you would even think about a dragon. It's gonna be going up from here. Make sure y'all stay tuned. And with that being said, man, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay cozy, y'all stay safe, and keep God in your life. Cozy Joe's out. Love, peace, and chicken grace.